I think our entrepreneurial spirit has really been unleashed in the last 5 to 8 years here. And mind you that this is an environment of wherein our MSMEs and startups have, in a way, experienced what I call the VUCA factor, the in terms of VUCA, the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. In that environment, you have seen the unleashing of entrepreneurial spirit in India, which goes to show the capability of our country. 130 crore people, of which 70% are below the age of 35. You're talking about close to 90 crore people, 900 million people. That's almost 2.5 to 3 times the population of the US, and 1.5 times the population of combined Europe. Uh, and that's the entrepreneurship capability that really gets unleashed in India. For the first time in India's age old history, you've seen innovation at a scale of rapidity that you've probably never seen before. In a country that used to import vaccines, today manufactured through COVID period to indigenous vaccines and became an exporter of vaccines. That to me is really the hallmark of our capability in very stressed out times. And today, India has emerged very strongly as the pharma capital of the world, not only in terms of producing generic drugs, but really as a center of innovation. Um, and I think that also goes to show that if you combine that capability of innovation on the pharmaceutical front, all of that with the Silicon Valley in India, being based in South India, which is really the hub of innovation and the residence of entrepreneurial talent, you have seen that from 2014 onwards, with the Prime Minister's imperatives in terms of startups and providing new opportunities and getting the ecosystem in place, if you will, for India really to leapfrog and attain takeoff stage. You've seen from just a few startups, India producing close to about 28,000 startups now, of which over 100 are unicorns. And also, mind you, the fact that a lot of these startups are not coming from the typical metro cities, but they are really coming from tier two, tier three cities. And that really tells you the story of India's entrepreneurship capability. As I said to you, that what's very important is the setting up of the ecosystem, and I think that has been painstakingly woven by the Prime Minister. If I use a handloom phrase, which is the Tana and the Bana, the weave and the weft, the warp and the weft, if you will, over the last 8 years through GST, the IBC code, taking away antiquated laws, bringing in a new precursors that will aid innovation and further innovation. That has led to this environment coming to fold. And I think a great example, as you mentioned in your um, opening remarks, is the area of drones. Now, the one thing that I would very much urge our entrepreneurs to look at is really collaboration in addition to competition as they go forward. Because I also believe that in a marketplace, as companies do come together to suss out that market opportunity, private sector or public sector, coming together, collaborating, sharing best practices also leads to tremendous growth opportunities. So I believe that we in India stand at a cusp today. We have our voice is heard, our voice is valued in the world, our macroeconomic situation is improving by the day. The very fact that we are, for example, my other portfolio, the second largest producer of steel in the world. Um, Great opportunities in India, a hyper digitalized economy, a growing market across all spectrums. So I think that I believe that our entrepreneurs, really, the time for all of you is now. The time is in India. And I believe that we are very well poised to produce new opportunities in India. I'd like to congratulate all of you this evening. Wish you all the very best and more power to your elbow so that you can power India in the days to come.